invite Mr. Rashid Jahan of Tracks Institute to please come on the stage.
Beneficent and who is alone the helper. Mr. President, sir, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students. Today the topic under discussion is smoking in the supply of drugs in educational institutions. It is the topic of uttermost importance and significance, as the harms and dangers of smoking and drug addiction is an undeniable and irrefutable fact, known to everyone, everywhere in the world. And anyone who is ignorant, unaware and oblivious of this bitter truth, bare fact and glaring reality, is really living in a fool's paradise. Mr. President, sir, smoking and drug addiction is a menace, which is undermining the very basis and foundation of my already weak and trembling social structure. It is a deadly poison which is slowly but surely circulating and penetrating in every vein and every artery of my already corrupt and trembling society. It is a little and paramedic. And it is a little and paramedic which is not only corrupting and crippling, but also enfeebling, incapacitating, and invalidating my youths and madams, who are the very cream of our society, ladies and gentlemen, the pride of our future, and the hope of our nation. Mr. President, sir, now the question arises, who the hell are responsible for supplying and spreading of this obnoxious disease of smoking, drugs, and narcotics? The answer is quite plain and simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's the nexus among a lot of segments comprising electronic media, which encourages and propagates smoking, which later on leads to drug abuse. Our corrupt and incompetent law enforcing agencies, and the last but not the least, our cunning and corrupt dollar-run politicians, duly aided by civil and military bureaucracy, these all are responsible for this abhorrent, detestable, and degenerating disease, along with the die-hard criminals, drug traffickers, peddlers, and pushers. Ladies and gentlemen, all those measures designed to curb the spread of addiction, police actions, customs checks, crop control, destruction of factories, propaganda by the media, and treatment centers is provided totally inadequate. Rather, they have contributed to making this a highly creative business. Ladies and gentlemen, addiction is an illustration at what can happen when scientific knowledge, the art of medicine, local consumerism politics, law and crime starts to overlap. The complexities of addiction are immense. It is so controversial an issue that almost everybody has an opinion about it. There are those who come down more heavily on the side of addiction as a moral folly and tend to recommend exemplary punishment for smugglers and pushers. The ill wind of addiction is blowing and fools are rushing where angels fear to tread. Evil pushers are often guinea pigs, and work is in progress. When the state of affairs is so hopelessly gloomy, one can only desperately suggest that the government should rely on all of its agencies and should think along different lines. This would at least immediately eliminate the attraction of heroin as a highly profitable commodity. Money consumed in terms of departmental expenses can thus be utilized to alert people to the dangers of heroin through massive publicity exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, the destruction and horrors of this horrible, horrified, and devastating epidemics can be imagined from the fact that it has reached this very noble profession. Yes, sir, now our medical colleges, universities, and hospitals are not immune from this scourge. Or in other words, our present and future doctors need doctors to cure them. In the words of this famous Urdu poet Mir Taqi Mir, I would like to end the topic. Hum hue, tum hue, ke mir hue. Hum hue, tum hue, ke mir hue. Unke zulfo ke sab asir hue. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all.
हमारे आज के मुकर्रिरीन लगता है खूनी जिगर से अपनी तकरीरें लिख कर लाए हैं। ठीक है तो कहा